Hello, church family. This is Pastor Jared. Just wanted to check in with you and see how everyone's doing. Hopefully, you're staying safe and sane during these trying times. I just wanted to give you an update on this Sunday. We're going to do something a little bit different, a little special. We're going to try to have communion this Sunday, April 26th, together. But since we're not going to be in the same building together, we're going to need your help a little bit. So you're going to have to provide your own communion elements. And so I'm giving you a heads up earlier in the week so you can prepare for that ahead of time. Use whatever you have if you can't get out. If you can get out and you get to the store, you can buy things that would help you with that. I'm just going to give you some ideas of things that you might use around the house that you have available. There is the traditional wafer, like you'll see here. Or you could use unleavened bread. That means it has no yeast in it. This is a typical example of one. Or matzah bread, which is something that Jews oftentimes use. Or if you want to, just take a loaf of regular old bread and you can take a slice of bread, or if you have a homemade loaf and you want to rip off a piece, that's fine too. Or, hey, get creative. Use some French bread if you've got it. That works for bread. If you want to use something like we do at church quite often, you could try oyster crackers. They're an inexpensive cracker that you can use for representing the bread and the body of Jesus. Saltine crackers, like you'd put in your soup. Use some of those if you want as we take communion together. Wheat thins. Some of you like wheat thins. If you've got those around, or a small cracker, or if you want something a little different shaped, go with your Ritz crackers. Those will be great. Now, for some of you, you may be gluten-free, and an option you could try if you really want to would be, how about the wonderful, tasty rice crackers or rice cakes? I know some of you could take advantage of that opportunity. Or if you really get desperate, you're looking for something, just pull out some muffins you might have, and that would work. Just anything that would represent the bread. You see, it's really about celebrating Jesus' death and resurrection, and his body that was broken for us, and his blood that was given for us. So use whatever kind of element that you can. For the juice, let me give you some ideas what you can use. We at the church, we often use grape juice. So if you have grape juice, you could use that. Here's a traditional dark colored. You could use the light colored ones as well. If you want to get really creative, if you have grapes in your house and you wanted to squeeze the juice right out of them, then you would have grape juice as well, or just pop a grape in your mouth and bite hard and the juice will come out. If you've got grape soda, that would work as an alternative. Or maybe something unusual like grape iced tea. For the kids, maybe you have this laying around. You have grape Kool-Aid. That would be fine too if that's what you have available. For others, you might have grape Powerade or grape Gatorade. Drink that. That would be a great option for you. Or if you want to get really creative, make yourself a grape smoothie, and if you've got some left over, save that for communion. That would be a tasty way to do it. If you want to get really creative, let me give you some other ideas. How about juice off of a grape sucker? As you're sucking a grape sucker, you can suck the juice off of it. That's kind of crazy idea, I guess. Or if you got kids in the house and you have lots of juice boxes, you can grab a cran grape juice box like this one here. That would work. Now, for those of you who have plenty of faith, this last one could be a good one for you. You could use a glass of water and you could pray, and maybe Jesus would turn the water into wine. Hey, you never know. Or one last option that could combine both the bread and the juice, perhaps. Maybe you want some grape red vines. We could kind of have a combination of the two. The idea is this: we're going to try to have communion together, and whatever you have that's available that you can use for communion, we'd like you to join us together as we celebrate the Lord's Supper this Sunday, April 29th. So we look forward to being together with you online again, and who knows what's going to happen between now and then, but we can always celebrate Jesus wherever we're at.